So, man, I finally just recently finished playing The Last of Us for PS3. I have not played a game that's as good as this one in a long time. Like, I wish games like this came out more often. This isn't just, you know what I'm saying? This isn't just a game that anybody plays. You know what I'm saying? This is not a good exclusive PS3 game that somebody plays. This isn't a good exclusive game, for that matter, that somebody plays and goes on with their life just as normally as they did before ever playing it. This is a game that ensures you walking away almost a changed man. Like, if you know anything about what a good video game is and what good art is, then you understand what I'm talking about. I don't play video games like they're games. Because if you're playing a game like it's a video game like it's a game, in my opinion, to you it's kind of like a toy. You know, something you play with for a little while, and then when you're done, you just put it down. And some games I play it like that. But the ones that I usually pick out, I don't play them like they're like them. I don't play them like they're like that. I play them like they're books. Every time I start playing a game, it's like opening a book. You know, you find books that you like in some ways, and others in ways you don't like it as much. But you read it for as long as you want until you get everything you can out of it. This game, I'm probably not going to be able to read again for quite some time because it's technically not my game, and I don't have a PS3, but was privileged to be able to do so for a short while, and I'm glad that I was able to finally finish it despite my tight schedule. And was it worth it? Just everything about this game, the construction, the characterization, the soundtrack, the mood, the story, the setting, the voice acting, the gunplay, the feel of the entire overall, just everything. Like, there's too many things to talk about this game, that too many avenues that this game covers so well. And when I first heard about this game being announced, I didn't really expect much from this game. I really didn't. Because one, I didn't have a PS3, and I'm like, well, you know, Naughty Dog's developing it. It looks nice. It looks interesting. It looks a lot like how Uncharted would be, because it's obviously using the same game engine, or at least something altered along the lines. But at least it's something different. At least, you know what I'm saying, the character kind of looks like Drake, but not exactly. By Drake, I mean like from Uncharted, not the rapper. But no. This is one of these games that's like Alan Wake. When I first played it, it was one of those games for me that I personally refused to play on a standard television. I personally refused to play it on anything less than a surround sound, and you know, I have that at my disposal. I have like a 40-inch plasma screen and 13 speakers worth of the surround sound, and one of which is a subwoofer along with a equalizer for all of those sounds. So, you know what I'm saying, I can hear Pudding and a soul's heartbeat just encompassed by everything. I recommend anyone that if you play this game, or if you plan to really fully enjoy games nowadays, get, well, not necessarily those two things. If you can do better, do that. Have a good TV, have a good sound system, so that you can really enjoy these games, because otherwise you're missing a large spectrum of what these games have to offer. They don't make games like they used to. They make them very much like they're movies now, as far as the sound engineering and visuals is concerned. And this game is definitely one of those if you really want to fully enjoy everything. Although, you know, if you can play on your headphones, good mixing, good headphones. The Beats by Dre, I don't recommend them because there's way too much bass in them. But what, you know, whatever's your fancy, you know, get what you want that you know will work. Do what you need to do. And you're probably asking me, like, is this game really worth going through all of that? Yes, it is. Otherwise, I would not be on camera making this video, talking to you about it. And I'm trying my best not to go into spoiler territory. I'm trying my best not to mention anything, and just even the little things, like the texture of the landscape, everything. Like, I never went in any area thinking to myself, oh well, they just kind of just threw that there. That, no, this area has no purpose. Even when I went in rooms that were empty, it made perfect sense of why those rooms were there in the first place, even if they were empty. I never went in the room where it was like they took their time and with love immaculately spaced out everything that you have to see in this game. I found myself a lot of times just walking slowly with the character, because you know how smooth the analog sticks are on the PS3's controller. I can just easily walk slowly and rotate the cameras and just take a look, listening to the characters as they talk. And then when you're in certain parts of a room, like if you're far ahead of the characters, how their voices get interpolated around walls and everything, and get lower and louder as you get further away. It's unlike anything I've ever seen in any video game. And lately I haven't had an opportunity to play too many good next-gen games. You know, I was talking to my brother about this the other day. I was like, this generation of games, it had a nice little start, but it really did not have a good finish. Especially when you look at games like this coming out so late. You know, if this game would have came out years earlier, I don't know if it would be as good, but it would definitely be a system seller with me. And that was the main reason why I didn't buy a PS3 as, you know, I didn't buy a PS3 when the 360 and all of that came out, because there weren't that many exclusive games that interested me as much. Now, you know, if I get a PS4, and if I can modify my hard drive just like the other PS3, then I'll do that. You know, have an emulation thing going or whatever. But even still, The Last of Us is a very, very rare treat. Like, I didn't expect much of anything from it at all, and was miraculously surprised in the overall presentation. You know, like this is a good movie that you're dragged to, begrudgingly so, and you know what I'm saying, you're pleasantly surprised at everything you get out of it. You walk away feeling fulfilled after it's all over, and you just wish that it wouldn't end. Just everything. Play this game. If you play no other game from this generation, play this game. If you haven't already, or if you have already, let me know your thoughts. Au revoir.